Recording is in progress. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Daryl Snyder, Fantasy Sports Logic. Happy Friday to you. I'm going to be going solo today. Brandon will be back with us tomorrow. So, July 14th, first game after the All-Star break, and it's a full slate, 14 games. So, this daily deeper dive video is brought to you every day in conjunction with our partnership with Ballpark Pal. He provides to us a couple of things. He provides these charts every single day, and he provides one of the 7 player projection feeds in the Contrarian Edge Optimizer that I'll get to in just a few minutes. But you can see here he has a daily home run report, a daily fantasy report, starting pitcher preview. It's pretty in-depth. And Ballpark Daily Stadium Report, which is interesting today. So let me get to the daily home run report first. You can see here, he lists the players with the highest probabilities to hit a home run. Kyle Schwarber against Darvish of the Padres. 29%. That might be one of the highest I've seen. I've seen some 25, 26%, but almost 30% probability to hit a home run off of you today. The matchup is a plus 13% in the park at Philadelphia. Conducive, as we'll get to in a few moments down on that last chart. 19% boost there. So Schwarber and Nick Castellanos, 27%. Real Muto, 24. So it looks like a Philly stack. Got even Harper down here in solid matchups against Darvish. Kind of surprising. Darvish has had a decent year, but again, it's in Philly. Weather conducive. Looks like a solid 4 Phillies there. Willie Adames in another park conducive for a lot of runs today. Cincinnati against Graham Ashcraft, 26.6% probability to hit a home run. The park is giving him most of the boost, 22%. You'll see the matchup is sort of even says a percent down. Mickey Manaik, if I'm pronouncing that right. I know he's an Angel, usually bats leadoff. Batting against JP France of the Astros, 24.5% probability. And then again, JT, the catcher for the Phillies at 24%. It's a nice boost in the matchup and a big boost in the park. So other solid matchups, as I had mentioned. Sawinski playing my Giants with Ross Stripling going. I can understand that. 60% boost, 41 in the matchup with Stripling, and 14% in the park. So I think that run total is 9. The Philly run total I looked at earlier, 9.5, I believe. But then the highest run total on the slate is Colorado, obviously, with the Yankees, and the Rockies going Gomber. We'll get to that. It's 11. Kind of neutral on that one. Rodon, I think this is his second game back, maybe third. So they're going to probably stretch him out. And Gomber's pitched pretty decent. I think you can set Yankees lineup. I mean, you got Bader, right-handed, Stanton, still no Judge, but Torres, I got 3 solid righties there. Here's the daily fantasy report. He breaks it down by position players. He lists 3 of every position, and except for the outfield, he lists more, and as well as pitching. So you could see Miller of the of the Indians, has a nice boost today. The blue is FanDuel scoring projections, and the green is DraftKings. So Miller, about 10 points on DraftKings. Rizzo, again in Colorado, knows a lefty facing a lefty, projected at almost 10. There's stories from the Yankees. Go down, I won't read the whole thing. Adames is again projected to have a nice fantasy scoring day, as well as Contreras, the brother of that one, it looks like, is the Brewer and not the Cardinal. But then there's Realmoto, Ohtani, although he's pitching, so I don't believe he's available as a hitter, maybe on FanDuel. I'm not sure about that. I play a lot of DraftKings. So pitching matchups, Morton's a solid one, projected a little over 20. Castillo, there's Rodon we talked about earlier, Glass now, Ohtani, Rodriguez. That Detroit-Seattle game, late night slate has an over-under of only 7. So a pretty good matchup. Rodriguez for the Tigers, and then Castillo against those Tigers. The lineup is a great matchup. Yeah, I like Schwarber, Acuna. Again, the Braves, vaunted Braves. You're never in a bad spot to go towards them. Acuna is kind of expensive, but he projects well. Here's the starting pitcher preview. You can see here, he does it kind of like a report card. In the middle here, this is how the last 1,000 pitches of the pitchers have graded out. You see Darvish graded out well, A+, A+, even though his 3,000 simulations are what these are from of the games today predict the Phillies' probability of scoring against them higher. So that's interesting. He's projected to go a little over 5 innings, allow almost 4 runs in those 5 innings with 5 strikeouts. Sanchez on the other end of the spectrum for the Phillies, grades out D with his sinker, change up a B+, and a slider a B. So what I tend to do, you can go and look through these. Corbin Burns, great grades on his last 1,000 pitches, not in a great position there in the ballpark in Cincinnati. Projected to go almost 6 innings, strike out a little over 5, and give up a little over 3 runs. So who grades out? Morton against the White Sox, 8 strikeouts. Interesting. Glass now 7.7. And then in that last matchup, Ohtani 6.7. And then the two, I referred to this matchup, Rodriguez overall AA, Castillo AB-. Last 1,000 pitches on Rodriguez, looks like his 4-seam fastball and his cutter haven't graded out so well, but his changeup must be relying on that a lot. A+. So good information. Use it as you see fit. If it's your DFS, or maybe it's DFS prop plays, we've got a partnership with Drafters and Super Draft. They both list prop plays now, so there's some bonuses, double deposit bonus if you use the code. I'll get it for you. You can find this information free in our blog. It's fantasysportslogic.com blog. You can see right there's the link. And then the Daily Park Stadium report. This is very, very good information. You can see the top 4 favored weather for runs, scores almost all the time, unless it's early in the year when it gets cold. But 28% run boost today. Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati. 18 Citizens Philly. We talked about that. 16 Baltimore. Baltimore's been scoring some runs. They're projected 10% up in home runs, 11 in doubles and triples. Look at the home runs in Philly. 31% boost, 26 in Cincinnati. Opposite end of the spectrum, Kauffman Stadium. It can be really good, or it can be like today, not quite as good. Singles are up 16% projected, but overall, home runs down 18 and just a 5% boost today. The rest, pretty neutral. I mean, -6, -7. In Texas, there's that Detroit-Seattle game with -6, 4. I like that. Of course, so does Vegas with a 7-run total. Is pretty low for an American League matchup. So let me guess both now with the designated hitter, but like those 2 pitchers. So again, great information. These are created through 3,000 simulations by Aaron at Ballpark Pal. Provides these to us daily. You can go to his website, ballparkpal.com, and also there's other great information there. He is one of the 7 providers, as I said, in the optimizer. You can try it out for 7 days for $1. I'll show you what that is. If you do that, Drafters has gifted us currently, while they last, a a free $20 entry into their best ball. NFL, 2 million. We're more than halfway through the baseball season, and we will have football coming, and now I think less than 2 months. So you get a free $20 entry into their $2 million contest, $300,000 first prize. So that's a very cool deal. All you have to do is try out the optimizer, the CEO, for 7 days for $1. You don't need to upgrade. If you do, that's awesome. You can get it for a month, $29.97, or one time, currently well in beta. All sports, as we add them, one price for as long as we're around, $299.97. So thank you to drafters for that. And we do have a double deposit bonus. I will find out what the code is for you, and you can reach out to me. I'm pretty accessible through the website, or it's Daryl, D-A-R-Y-L, at fantasysportslogic.com. Where is that optimizer I've been talking about? We've got some exciting things happening. Here it is, what it is. It's not one, it's not two, it's not three, 7 live player projection partners. And these aren't just anybody, they are the best of the best. The longest standing in the industry combined, I would say 100 years combined service. That may sound like a lot, but like Stats Perform has been around since the 80s, Sports Data IO, Sport Radar, Dan Williams, RotoWire, long time, FTN with Frank, Ballpark Pal, probably the newest. I think he just started this maybe last year, for sure this year. So what they do is they all run a certain number of simulations. Ballpark 3,000, FTN 40,000 simulations of every baseball game. Who else? The Baker feed, 10,000 simulations. So totaling over 50,000 sims. You can see the pitchers are usually the highest projected, almost always. A combined blend. We have a proprietary blend of all 7. Rates glass now. Today, one of the highest priced behind Ohtani, projected to have some ownership according to what we factored in. Looks like almost 38%. It's facing Kansas City. The weather there, the park today is playing a little bit neutral, so not as it has been in the past, where there's been a lot of runs scored. So, and then there's Castilla. I like him. I mentioned that. He's only 8,900. He's going to be owned as well. And there's Rodriguez. He's 9,700. Not quite the ownership. 6.4. He's a Tiger pitcher, but probably their best right now. And then you'll see the rest. Charlie Morton, as we talked about, and then Stripling, not so good. 5,900 facing the Pirates. Again, that run total is around 9. Position players, Acuna, obviously one of the more expensive, but projected to pop. Who else pops out? Torres in Colorado. There's Gomber as a pitcher. He's fallen down under some of the position players. Again, he's facing the Yankees. Hasn't done that poorly. Projected around 10 points. You can see each provider provides their projections, some of them because of pitchers not yet posted in some of the games. You'll see zeros. Those will update. This thing updates every, says in about 5 more minutes. I think it's every 30 minutes now, which gives you the opportunity to see if any scratches occur. So coming out of the All-Star break, I think everybody will be pretty fresh, except for who was it? The guy that was scratched in the All-Star game, the White Sox guy. He's probably day to day, if not even maybe, I don't know if he had to go on the disabled list or not, but check that out. Anyways, how does this work? What you do, we've got a crazy feature coming. Might be available as early as for today's slate, for sure by Monday, maybe over the weekend. It's our new stack attack feature almost every time. High percentage of time, I would say safely 90% range. The winning team in DFS on DraftKings, the any of the max 150s, whether it's the $3 I see today, again, they have like $125,000 prize pool with 15,000 on top, with 150 max, $3 entry. Or the 15, which $15 150 max has a top prize of 50,000. The team that wins consistently is stacked. A lot of times a 5 stack, sometimes a 4. I've seen a lot of 5-3s, 5-2-1s. That means 5 players from the same team. And it makes sense because of correlation, right? Tonight, 14 games, it's going to be spread out. Probably a lot of ownership to Colorado, although we saw Philly and Cincinnati. That may take away some of the ownership, but if a team goes off and scores 8, 9, 10, 11 or more runs, most likely that team, if stacked, has a higher probability of being in the money. Of course, you've got to, it's not just the stack, you've got to match it up with pitchers, and pitchers are so critical. I mean, if you get a pitcher that doesn't score you many, or forbid gets negative, which I've seen, -10, -15, because they get rocked, in the first couple of innings and they don't get any positive points, that can be very critical. So what we do, I'm going to lock in Rodriguez here because he's someone I like today. I can lock in 2, I can lock in 1, I don't have to lock in any, I can hit generate lineups. It's going to show me Rodriguez across all the providers, including the blend. If you want to see a little arrow here, it's a slider. Shows your RotoWire, Sport Radar, Sports Data IO, Stats Perform, back to the blend. And then who do I want to lock in as a position player? I kind of like Torres against Gomber. He's been playing well. He's in Colorado. Sure, others will like him as well. You know what? I'm going to go off him. I'm going to lock in Yelich. And again, you don't have to. I could have just hit generate, but let's show you some features here. Let's let it find Yelich. If I found Yelich, did he lock in? Nope. These guys are programming madly in the background, trying to get that stack attack going for everybody by tonight. So what stack attack will do is you'll be able to put it in auto and put the players here to how many you want to stack, and it'll generate the other. Let me restart this. They are in the background messaging me as we speak. Got a pretty large team, and they're telling me they're working on it right now. But let me show you. I know you're unresponsive. Show me that. Hold on a second. See if I can update this. Refresh. And you're gonna let me update you? Here we go. That's why we're in beta, but normally it runs. This is brand new. You can see stack attack mode is off. You can run it on or off. Just trying to find. Hold on a second here. Yeah, I know. At least you know this isn't pre-rehearsed. This is live. One copy. I'm gonna X out. Back to that. Move this guy down to here. Go back to here. Thank you for your patience. If you're watching, you're anxiously anticipating, right? What is he going to show me? And will it work? It will work. Maybe. Or maybe they're just programming the daylights out of it. You can see, you can choose DraftKings or FanDuel, the slates. There we go. We're back. We're back in black. What did I do before? I did Rodriguez. Jellic. Let me just hit generate lineups and see a mind of its own. It's really cool when it's working. There it is. Oh, I just let it run on its own. It said, hey, Joe, why don't you show them without locking anybody in? It shows like Blast now and Castillo. That's not a bad matchup. Pablo Lopez at Oakland. It's never a bad idea to pick on those A's. Rodon in Colorado. You'd probably be getting different there. He's cheap enough, but I mean, if he projected Baker with 10,000 simulations, almost 20 points, I think he'd be really happy and probably ahead of the field, meaning not a lot of people will play him in Colorado. But there's Ballpark Pal with 3,000 simulations liking him too, almost the same projection. There's Castillo with Blackburn versus Minnesota. You'd definitely be getting different. He's cheap, 5,300. If you look at some of the lineups, there's Jellic, I liked him, I tried to lock him in. Seager. This is the blend. The blend went to the Yankees, like Rizzo, Torres, Volpe, and Bader stack. So there's four Yankees. 1, 2. Now there's 5. Kiner, Falafia. Not sure if I'm saying that right. I just call him Kiner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Yankees is what our blend of the 7 has projected. It likes Blast now and Castillo. I like that lineup. You got an A, Seth Brown in the 4 position for Oakland as one of your off. Who else is it? Jansen of the Toronto Blue Jays at the catching position, projected at 8. So there you go. If you like that type of a blend, you can go down here. You can do max 150. You can do however many you want. You can take a look at what the other teams would look like. I didn't adjust. You can adjust max exposure. It's at 100%, so you make it the same person in all 10. You can dial that down to 50%, 30%, 60, whatever you want. And then when you close it out, here it shows you got a nice mix. Mahita, it had Lopez, so I think Mahita was just chalked in late, because there you see some of the providers have Lopez pitching. We might want to check that out. It'll definitely be updated as we go, but I thought I saw Mahita. 7,700 is probably a great play. You can see it's got Mahita and Burns pitching in Cincinnati. Probably will be ahead of the field. Definitely will with Rodon, but you can see the different blends. It through a CSV file. You click on that. I'm on a Mac. For me, it goes in and then I just upload it into DraftKings. Can upload all 150. It saves you a lot of time. It likes Blast now in most of these, doesn't it? Well, not that one. It's got Blackburn. Who is that provider? This is this is the blend. Yeah, I did 10 of the blends. So anyways, nice little feature. There's a lot of optimizers out there. There's some great ones. I don't have to name them. They know who they are. You know who they are. If you've tried any of them. Our goal was to create something of insane value, like 7-player projection feeds, which I don't think anybody has close to that. If somebody does, let me know. A blend of the 7, stack attack mode, where when that's working, it'll automate. I mean, it'll throw out 150 different stack attacks across. If you don't adjust anything, it'll cover the whole slate. If you want to lock out teams, like I don't want to stack Oakland A's, or Kansas City, or Detroit tonight in that game against Castillo, you can lock out anybody in the pro setting. There you go, and it opens up. Opening pro settings option. And again, I apologize today, but this is why it's in beta. And because they are frantically, our team, trying to update that stack attack mode. There you go. I mean, look at all these things. Auto max exposure I talked about. You can mouse over to explain. There's that 100%. You can dial that down to whatever you want. You got minimum. If you're not using the new stack attack, you can do a stacking bonus, diversity to get different, or game time decisions. Those players are not going to be included, so you don't have to worry about having to switch. Here's where you can lock out teams. You can get real focused on a group of teams and eliminate some of them. And then by position, and when it's randomly generating, you can max expose an individual player, 100%, 50%, minimum exposure. Lots and lots and lots of choices there. And again, it's $1 to test drive it, 7 days. Definitely explore. You get a $20 entry to that drafters best ball style NFL contest with a chance for $300,000 first place. I think I talked to Steve yesterday, the owner, and he said it's 300, 150 for second, and I believe 100 for third. Total prize package $2 million on that. They also have a $3 one that's there, but this is a $20 entry that you get for free. So just for trying it, if you like what you see during the test drive, I encourage you to watch a couple of videos. I didn't show them today on our main site. You can go here to the home page. That video is short, a minute, kind of gives you an idea of what you're getting on the 7-day test drive. This one you really want to watch. It's just about 3 minutes, touches on all the features. If you like what you see after 7 days, it doesn't automatically upgrade you to a package. There's only 2 options. The monthly $29.97. It includes all sports as we add them. Currently MLB, we will definitely have NFL, NBA, and it is our plan to add some golf in there. And then we'll, by demand, we got a thing going with Soccer X. Be down in Miami, partnered with them. Be writing a blog post on that. We'll probably look into incorporating some soccer. We've had requests of crazy cricket, which I can get the data for. If you want to play, I'm not sure the sites that have cricket contests right now. And then what other MMA, NASCAR. I mean, I wanted to get focused and get really good on the core ones. And then hockey's another one. Yeah, we can add hockey when it starts back up. But you'll pay $29.97 a month, all sports, that price, or lifetime if you don't want to pay $29.97 every month for, a long time. The best deal right now is a one-time, lifetime, all sports as we add them, $299.97. That's, again, for what we offer. I'd love to hear some feedback of other pricing with optimizers, and then with the stack attack, it's our goal to not just talk about it. I play. I'll be showing some results of me using the stack attack. So obviously it's only good if you use it and it gives you a chance to win. We don't guarantee anything. I mean, we can't, individuals in the sports world they're going to play, and different things are going to happen that are totally out of our control. But I think consistently over time, we're probably one of the newer kids on the block. You'll start to see some FSL logos like that near the top or at the top of the contest. So lots of exciting things. I didn't want to be this long-winded. Brandon wasn't here. He normally would cut me off after a while. So I'm going to end this video, let it render. Find us on Twitter or LinkedIn or YouTube channel right there. We have a FSL. You see the little logo there. You can Google that. Just open that up. Not a lot of people know about it yet. Lots of crazy cool things happening. So thank you. Enjoy Friday, the first day back. I am going to stop the recording. Have an awesome day.